Hey, what's going on everyone? Eric here with Proactive Intuition, and in this video, I'm going to teach you guys the #1 wealth building strategy that millionaires use to accumulate their wealth. Alright guys, so whether you listen to Dave Ramsey for your finances, or Robert Kiyosaki, or Grant Cardone, or Tony Robbins, or Chris Crone, whoever you listen to about your finances, they all talk to you about this principle in one way or another. If you read different books, if you read the finance books that Tony Robbins writes, he gives an example of a post office worker that never made more than like 30 grand in a year and how he retired a multi-millionaire by implementing this strategy that I'm about to teach to you guys. If you read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, it heavily emphasizes how important this wealth building strategy really is. So what am I talking about? It's called pay yourself first. You may have heard of this term before. A lot of people, like I said, will put spins on it and they'll call it like the wealth creation formula. Guys, this is a super easy, simple, and just super easy to understand technique that you can use to grow your finances and ensure you become a millionaire in your lifetime. So this video, I'm going to break down exactly what it is and how to implement it in your life. All right, guys, so what is pay yourself first? Pay yourself first essentially means that you take a percentage of your income that you make every single month and you set it aside to put into investments. The more money that you can do, the more money you can invest early on, the more that money will compound and grow for you over time and build you a large amount of wealth. So I'm going to give you guys some examples on how this works, but just to give you guys a little bit more emphasis, this is before you pay your bills, before you purchase anything. You take a percentage of everything that you make and you set it aside, you pretend you never made it, and you let that money grow and grow and grow to build your wealth. So let's break down some numbers and show you how powerful this strategy is in growing your wealth. All right, guys, so let's switch over to the trusty whiteboard here, and I'm just gonna take a median salary of $48,000 a year, and the number that we're gonna be going for on paying yourself first is 40%. So if you make $48,000 a year, and that's $4,000 a month, then you can pay yourself first $1,600 a month. And that might seem like a lot to you guys. It might seem like a little bit. Maybe you make more than this, maybe you make less than this. I'm going to give you guys a tool that you can crunch the numbers for your own personal situation. I just wanted to give you an average example on how you can make this work. This number here should usually, for most of people that I tell this to, this seems really, really high. If you can't do 40%, just start out with whatever you can do. I'm going to talk to you guys at the end of this video about how to get to this number, but if you can start out and all you can do is 5% or 10%, then start doing that today, but your goal should be to get to at least 40%. So let's crunch the numbers on this, then we'll break down some strategies on how you can get here. So if you can make $4,000 a month, you can pay yourself first $1,600 a month. That means that every year you are setting aside $19,200 per year. Hopefully you can read this super sloppy handwriting. But if you can do $19,200 a year and you can invest that money that grows at a 10% ROI, and guys, 10% is nothing crazy. You can put your money in the S&P 500 index funds and get almost 10%. So don't think that's a crazy number. I don't settle for 10%. I usually look for 20, 25% or more in my investments. And you know, it's not difficult to get over 10%. Don't think that the only way that you can invest your money is in mutual funds and 401ks. There's other investing strategies out there that aren't risky and they still perform better than mutual funds and all those things. So, you know, keep an open mind when it comes to this, but 10% is very conservative. If you want my strategies on how I go about investing and managing my finances, click on the link below. I have a free Facebook group you can join where I share all about my personal finances and how I go about my investing. All right, guys, so let's crunch some numbers here. I'm on moneychimp.com. They have a compound interest calculator on that website. You can just go to Google, type in compound interest calculator, and you can see exactly how this works. So if I can invest $19,200 a year, going through everything we just talked about, and I can get a 10% return on my investment every single year, with reinvesting my finances over the course of 10 years, I will have made $336,598. You're like, Eric, that's not a millionaire. Guys, this is investing $1,600 a month, $19,200 a year over the course of 10 years, growing at 10%. If you can do this and follow it for 20 years, you will have a net worth, crunch that in here real quick, you will have a net worth from the money you invested of $1,209,647. And you're like, Eric, I don't want to wait 20 years to become a millionaire. I don't want to wait 20 years to become a millionaire either. The goal is that over time, as you increase your income, you're still funneling 40%. So if you start making $100,000 a year, then you're funneling out $40,000 a year into your investments. You can plug that into the compound interest calculator and just see how fast you can truly grow your wealth by doing that. All right, guys, so hopefully those numbers made sense for you. Now, I want to talk to you guys about how do I scale and make it so I can pay myself 40% of my active income. How can I funnel that aside and invest it? Right now, maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you can only set aside $100 a month. Just start with whatever you can. But here's some principles on how you can gradually scale and get to that 40% mark. Number one is do whatever you can to increase your active income. Start a side hustle. See what you can do at your current career to get a raise. How can I make more sales? How can I provide more value to my company so that I get compensated more every single month? The number two thing is reduce spending. What can I cut out of my life? Can I renegotiate my monthly insurance for my car and my house? Can I cancel subscriptions? Can I drive a used car instead of a new car, like a used car that runs good, that gets me from point A to point B, and it lowers my monthly payment, or I just buy it outright with cash and I don't have a monthly car payment anymore? If you start adding up, the way that I think about money is every dollar I spend, I punch it into this compound interest calculator and I go, that money is going to be worth this much later on. So if I have like 10 bucks and I plug it in, let's just do $10. Let's say I start with nothing and I save myself $10. Over 20 years at 10% interest, my $10 would be worth $630. So that's how you should plan, and that's how you should think about your money. Every $10 I spend is $630 of future money. This is something everyone should do. Money is losing value at over 3% a year due to inflation. And with everything going on in the world right now, that number is only probably going to increase. So the faster you can get your money working for you, make your money making babies for you, and going out there and growing your wealth, the better off you're going to be for your financial future. All right, guys, so hopefully all those numbers made sense to you. Like I said, check out that MoneyChimp website. You can go to the compound interest calculator tab and you can crunch all of your numbers yourself. And it was a really big wake-up call for me when I started plugging in the numbers and seeing where I'm going to be later on. And by the way, when I talk about investing, you can do this through growing a business. You can do this through, a bunch of different ways. I'm not suggesting any one type of investment for you to do, but you should know what you're investing in. If you're just investing into a 401k every month and you have no idea what your return on investment is, what you're actually investing in, like what stocks they're putting it in, those are things that you need to understand. So like I said, if you guys want to learn about how I'm going about managing my personal finances and how I'm going about investing my money to build long-term wealth, check out that Facebook group. I share all that. I'm very open. I'm very transparent with all my finances with you guys. Check that out. And I'll see you guys in the Facebook group, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.